Hey everyone, welcome to the review. Here's my review for the TV miniseries Feud, Bette Joan. Yes, Feud stars Susan Sarandon, Jessica Lange, Stanley Tucci, Alfred Molina, and Judy Davis. And this show is created by Ryan Murphy, yes, the guy who gave us American Horror Story, and one of my favorite miniseries of last year, The People vs. OJ. Yes, this miniseries is a 8-episode show basically about one of the greatest feuds in Hollywood history, the feud between Joan Crawford and Bette Davis, two amazing legendary actresses in the classic film era, and basically about them making a movie together and how their feud started and how their feud ended. Yes, in the 1960s, they made a movie together called Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, a fantastic film. If you have not seen it, amazing film, check it out. And basically this show, the first half of the show is about them trying to make the movie and trying to make the movie together and deal with each other's bullshit, because Bette Davis and Joan Crawford hated each other so freaking much. They had personal issues, but they also had professional issues of why they hated each other and stuff. Then the last half of the show is about the aftermath of when they made the movie and stuff, about them at the Oscars, and basically how each of them died near the ending of the series and stuff. And basically, they almost kind of died hating each other, but also respecting each other. It was a very interesting feud they had with each other. They hated each other, but they respected each other. It was an interesting, fascinating, and of course amazing take on the story and stuff. This show, this miniseries, Feud, is absolutely brilliant. This is probably one of my favorite shows of the year so far, right there with Legion. It is so freaking good. I love Ryan Murphy. I've watched a few of the series of American Horror Story. Some of them are really good and stuff, but I mostly love The People vs. OJ. That was so freaking good and stuff, and I love how Ryan Murphy creates his shows. He gets really into the time period, and he really fleshes his characters out, and what he did with this show was absolutely brilliant. I loved everything about this show, Feud. I thought it was absolutely sensational. It was so good. It's a great show to watch if you love film. You love studying actors and actresses, and also the art of filmmaking and stuff. It talks in real depths about classic filmmaking and stuff, and it talks about these actresses that are icons in the film industry and stuff. And if you are a huge Bette Davis or Joan Crawford fan, then you would probably love and adore the show, and you'd probably find it so interesting, and you would find interesting facts that you probably never knew about. There is a lot of things I already knew about the feud of Bette Davis and Joan Crawford, but this show, it gave me information that I never even knew and stuff, and even stuff about Robert Aldridge, who's played by Alfred Molina in this show. He does an amazing job, and learning more about Robert Aldridge and his relationship with both Bette and Joan, it was fascinating. And of course, their beef with MGM and Warner Brothers and stuff, and yeah, everything about the show was fascinating. It was comedic at times, it was really deep and dramatic, and it just worked. The biggest praise I can give it, though, was the two lead performances. Susan Sarandon as Bette Davis and Jessica Lange as Joan Crawford are amazing performances. They're both going to get nominated for Emmys for Best Actress in a miniseries because they are both so freaking good. They transformed themselves into these roles. They really looked like Joan Crawford and Bette Davis. They were so good. I loved them both. I thought Jessica Lange was the show stealer, mostly in the last few episodes. For the first few, I thought Susan Sarandon was a little bit better, but in the last few, my god, Jessica Lange just ripped my heart out. Her performance was so gritty, so real, and so passionate. I freaking loved it. Give Jessica Lange that Emmy when the Emmys come out. She is amazing in this show. Absolutely amazing. Judy Davis is also really great, and again, I love Alfred Molina as Robert Aldridge. He did a fantastic job. I also loved Stanley Tucci. You also had Catherine Zeta-Jones as Olivia de Havilland. You had Kathy Bates in the show. There was a lot of great actors, and everyone gave fantastic performances. It was such a well-paced and executed show, so well-directed. Every episode always had me on the edge of my seat. I had no idea where it was going and stuff, and the more and more they, go into depths about these characters and their feud with each other, it was just fascinating to watch. It's not like a thriller. It is literally just about this feud, this hatred, these two actresses, have for each other and stuff, and neither one of them are likable or unlikable. They're both kind of, you sympathize with them, but you also hate them both and stuff because they both make shitty decisions in life, but that's being human. Human beings make shitty decisions, and both of these ladies made horrible decisions and stuff, and they gotta live with it. They gotta live with the consequences and stuff, and it was interesting. It was very interesting to watch, and especially with its finale that I just watched last night. That was a hell of a finale. I was almost in tears. It was so friggin' heartbreaking, especially when you get to hear Joan Crawford's story. It is heart-wrenching to watch, and again, Jessica Lange was so good. The whole show, all in all, was amazing. I absolutely loved the show. I had not one issue with it. It was fantastic. It brought me right into the time periods in the 1960s and stuff. It was so good. The makeup, costume, the production, the shots were also really well done, and everything about the show was absolutely amazing. I loved everything about Feud. If you have not seen this miniseries, please go check it out. It's 8 episodes long, and it is absolutely phenomenal. Hands down, one of my favorite shows of this year. It's so good. So yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'll give the show Feud, Bette and Joan, a 10 out of 10. Absolutely fantastic. Go check it out. So yeah, that was my review for the show Feud, Bette and Joan. So in the comment section below, please tell me, did you check the show out? And if you did, what is your favorite episode of Feud? What is your favorite episode? My favorite episode is the episode when they go to the Oscars. That is my favorite episode. That is the Oscars to a T. It is so well done. That is my favorite episode. But what is your favorite episode? Comment below. Let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please like, subscribe to this channel, and join the dark side.